My name is Emily, and for years, I believed that no matter what happened, my father would always choose me. I was wrong. The day he introduced me to his new family, I realized I had already been replaced. Before we continue, if you enjoy emotional stories that touch your heart, please take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another inspiring story. Now, let's continue. I was only 12 when my parents divorced. My mother never spoke badly about my father. She always told me, "He's still your dad, Emily. He loves you in his own way." I wanted to believe her. Every other weekend, I packed my little backpack and waited excitedly for Dad to pick me up. Then everything changed. One Saturday, he arrived with a smiling blonde woman sitting in the passenger seat. "Emily," he said, "this is Karen." Karen smiled sweetly. "It's so nice to finally meet you." I smiled back politely. I had no idea that meeting her would slowly erase me from my father's life. Within a year, Dad married Karen. Soon came 2 children, Ethan and Lily. At first, I thought having little siblings would be fun. Instead, I became invisible. Dad never missed Ethan's soccer games. He never missed Lily's dance recitals. But somehow, he always forgot my birthday. When I graduated middle school, he promised he'd be there. I searched every seat in the audience. He never came. Later that evening, he texted, "Sorry. Ethan had a baseball tournament." No apology. No explanation. Just another reminder that I came second. Mom tried to make up for it. She worked 2 jobs. Sometimes she skipped dinner, so I could eat. Yet she never complained. She'd smile and tell me, "We're going to be okay." Years passed. I stopped asking Dad to come to my events. It hurt less expecting nothing. Then came the biggest blow. Mom became seriously ill. The doctors found cancer. Our savings disappeared almost overnight. One evening I gathered enough courage to call Dad. "Dad, Mom's sick." Silence. "I was wondering if maybe you could help with some of the hospital bills." He sighed. "Emily, Karen and I are saving for a bigger house. Things are tight." Tight. They had just posted photos from a luxury vacation in Hawaii. I stared at the pictures while holding overdue hospital bills. "I understand," I whispered. "No hard feelings, okay?" he replied. That night, I cried harder than I ever had. Not because of the money, but because I finally understood. He had made his choice. And it wasn't me. I worked mornings before college classes, evenings at a diner, weekends tutoring children. Every dollar went toward Mom's treatment. Some nights we laughed through the pain. Other nights, we simply held hands. Eventually, cancer won. Standing beside her hospital bed, Mom whispered her final words. "You don't need anyone's approval to become extraordinary." She smiled. Then she was gone. After the funeral, Dad hugged Karen. He comforted Ethan. He comforted Lily. He barely looked at me. "I'll call you," he said. He never did. I packed my belongings into 2 old suitcases. I moved into a tiny apartment with peeling paint and broken windows. I had no family. No safety net. Only my mother's words echoing inside my heart. "You'll become extraordinary." I didn't know then. Life was quietly preparing the greatest surprise of all. The next 10 years were anything but easy. I worked harder than I ever imagined possible. During the day, I worked as a waitress. At night, I studied business. I read books borrowed from the public library. I watched free online classes. I learned everything I could. Eventually, I opened a tiny bakery. The first day, only 3 customers came. The second week, business was even worse. Many people would have quit. I couldn't. Mom had sacrificed too much. I kept baking before sunrise every morning. Slowly, people noticed. One customer told another. Families started lining up. Soon my bakery became one of the most loved shops in town. 5 years later, 1 bakery became 5, then 10, then a successful nationwide brand. I was finally living the dream my mother always believed I could achieve. One rainy afternoon, my assistant walked into my office. "Emily, there's a man asking to see you." I looked through the glass window. My heart froze. "Dad." He looked older. His shoulders slumped. His expensive clothes were gone. He seemed defeated. I invited him inside. For a long moment, neither of us spoke. Finally, he whispered, "I lost everything." Karen had left him. Their business had failed. The large house had been repossessed. His savings were gone. Even Ethan and Lily had moved away. I didn't know where else to go, he admitted. There it was. The man who once had everything. Now standing before the daughter he barely remembered. He lowered his head. I know I don't deserve forgiveness. Tears rolled down his face. I chose the wrong people. I missed your birthdays. I missed your graduation. I wasn't there when your mother died. I'm so sorry. For years I had imagined this moment. I thought I'd yell. I thought I'd make him feel the pain I carried. Instead, I remembered my mother. Kindness doesn't erase the past, but bitterness chains the future. I took a deep breath. I forgive you. Dad looked stunned. But forgiveness doesn't change what happened. He nodded. I know. I arranged a modest apartment for him. Not a mansion. Not luxury. Just a safe place to live. I helped him find a part-time job at one of my bakery locations. He insisted on earning his own money. Every morning he arrived early. He swept floors. He greeted customers. For the first time in decades, he was trying. One evening, after closing, he quietly said, I spent years chasing the family I thought would make me happy. He looked at me with tears in his eyes, and I almost lost the greatest gift I ever had. I smiled sadly. We can't rewrite yesterday, but we can choose what we do tomorrow. Our relationship was never perfect. Some wounds leave scars forever, but little by little, we built something honest. Not because fate erased the past, but because it gave us one final chance to choose differently. Sometimes life has a way of teaching painful lessons. The people we neglect today may become the ones we need tomorrow. And success isn't the best revenge. Peace is. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more emotional stories every week. Now tell me in the comments, if you were in Emily's position, would you have forgiven your father, or would you have walked away forever? I'd love to hear your thoughts.